Joining me now is Sandeep Bahl. He's the Chief Airline Advisor at Q&A Consulting and the Executive Director of the Aviation Cooperation Program. Sandeep, as we just said, the National Transportation Safety Board has sent investigators to China to help out. China and the U.S., of course, have had their differences in recent years. We know all about it. We've reported on it. Talk to us about the importance of this.
Thank you, Mike. First of all, my thoughts are with the passengers and crew of China Eastern Airlines Flight MU5735. Now, as you just mentioned, the authorities are working with airline and the customers, as well as with National Transport Safety Board, and CAC is leading this investigation. The main cause is yet to be unknown, right? So there are areas, and especially in this case, it's a unique. The crash experts generally study different areas that trickle down from a crash investigation for the signs of a mid-air collision or explosion, a mechanical problem, or pilot miserror. In this particular case, where NTSB, CAC, as well as Boeing and CFM, the teams are all there right now trying to work out what could have happened with this plane. The black box, as we all know, is hold a mystery to this. NTSB is now have access to those black boxes with the CAC, and now they are trying to decode the information that could be they could find from there. A lot of questions have been asked earlier. What is NTSB? NTSB is basically a National Transport Safety Board it's a U.S. government investigative agency, but they work very closely with globally with different parts of whether it's CAC or different organizations in the world. And that's where they also work very closely with the aircraft manufacturers like Boeing or the engine manufacturers like, in this case, CFM. Though the team is there now, and it's already trying to establish the causes, we still don't know what actually has happened. This aircraft investigations are widely considered as a difficult task. Because there is a vast range of resources that are required to investigate these things, and the organization like NTSB really assists with that because they have these kind of resources.
Right. Sandeep, it's always interesting whenever there's a crash because there's always a mystery, what happened. But this one, so puzzling. No Mayday call from the pilot. It seems like there's so many questions surrounding this crash. Just how difficult is it to piece all of that together?
Yeah, as we say, air crash typically study the experts typically study the details that trickle down from a crash, right? The area in this particular case, because the plane operated in such a heavy way that everything basically is destroyed. 7,000 feet, it came straight down, and then it hit the ground so badly that it has almost more than 40,000 pieces it shattered into. Now, to investigate this, it takes time. And again, as I said, it much hinges on what data can be recovered from the plane's cockpit, the voice recorder, and the data recorder. And that's what the focus will be right now on. Luckily, we have found those black boxes, and they have been, but they are, what I heard from the media and authorities, it seems like they are all in a bad shape. So it will take some time to find out what the data actually holds. Now, every air crash actually poses a unique challenge when the investigation comes on about it. This one is probably China's worst air disaster in more than a decade, right? And it's even more a mystery because, as you said, the skies were clear. There was no mid-air explosion, but essentially a 90-degree angle impact that has gone with this aircraft when it hit the ground. So that's why it's a little bit more challenging, this investigation, than the others one that we have seen in past.